A very good morning, beautiful people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another reaction videos. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came to these YouTube streets, I was hearing that Black Beauty TV was the CEO of Lazy Gang. For those who maybe they are coming across this word for the first time, Lazy Gang was a name that was given to people who are used to expose Kenge's evil doing. So people perceive them that they don't have any other thing to do apart from gossiping. And this tells us a lot of things. Now, Black Beauty TV is playing devil's advocate. They all do this for money and grudges against each other. Black Beauty TV and COCOMAMA, they have this grudge and I don't know where it came from, and they are countrymen or countrywomen, and people don't expect this because both of them, they are Nigerians. They are fighting each other. And Auntie Yami, I don't know where is the problem. Auntie Yami, I really don't know and I don't understand what's a problem and how is efficient to this. She needs to go to church and find Jesus. I mean, anybody can play devil's advocate. That does not make it to be a reality. They are just sweetening it up. And the reality is what the reactors do. Reactors go deeper. They don't try to cover things with milk and honey. They bring things the way they are, and this is why I usually tell people that salt will look like sugar, but they don't taste the same. So stop sugarcoating Kenge. We all know what Kenge is, how he treats his workers, how is actually, we have seen a lot of evil things, and most recently what he did to Aunt's journey. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive deep into today's discussion, into a more detailed discussion. Stay tuned. Kenyans are mourning. Yesterday morning we had a breaking news where a school in Gilgil called Utumishi Girls, fire broke out. The government has confirmed 16 students are dead. Operation of rescuing is ongoing. So that is what has been confirmed by the government. The CS Education confirmed that the CS, different CS were there. We call government officials visited the scene of fire. So we are waiting for more information as they break out. So ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. You take your student or your girl child to school only to return home in a coffin. It really sucks a lot. So let us leave the government to do its job. So what we need is just prayers for Kenya, prayers for the schools, and prayers for the entire nation. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the business of the day. For those who are coming across to this YouTube for the first time, I go by the name Maxwell Lumumba, and I do reaction videos, especially to the videos that are posted in public domain. Like today, I'm going to discuss about why do people treat reactions or reactors like a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of reactors, not only in Kenya, not only the way people perceive that it is only one family that is being reacted upon. So before we dive deep to today's discussion, for those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get updated. Watch my videos from the beginning up to the end without skipping those ads that you see there. So, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want us to talk about something that has been on my mind for a long time. It involves the reaction community, the changing positions of different creators, and why some people act as if reacting to public content is somehow a crime. A lot of people have been questioning about my authenticity. I usually tell people that, and in all my videos, I usually tell people I react to videos that have been posted in the public domain. And that is what I usually do. I don't bring stories unless this story has broken up on my end. That is only the time that I can discuss about that. I've seen a lot of people discussing a lot of things, but before I begin, these are my personal opinion based on what I have observed online. Everyone mentioned have the right to their own views, and viewers should always do their own research and come to their own conclusion. So, when I first came in these YouTube streets, I started by doing animal videos until animal videos monetized me. Then I saw my animal videos, I only had audience of Kenya. I needed now to change the audience that are the people who are watching me. So this something came to my mind that I need to change the audience, because for those who understand what the CPM in YouTube means, they really understand the monetization and the payout. Because there are some countries that when you have audience from that country, their payment is much higher than as compared when you maybe do videos about Kenya. So I took a personal initiative of doing what it takes, interact with other people in these Nyabuhanse YouTube streets, so that when others are smiling all the way to the bank, I also smile all the way to the bank. Imagine having more than 20,000 views in each video, but at the end of the day or at the end of the month, as others who are having 1,000 views are smiling all the way to the bank, you are waiting for 2 months, so that for you also, you have to smile all the way to the bank. It became very difficult. I tried life. I went ahead and started doing lifestyle videos. I saw it was not working out. I went ahead and even started cooking, feeding children, young children, especially the vulnerable children. I saw it was not working. It used to drain me. Then I came with the last decision. Let me do reaction videos. And there is where I am right now. Let me say this. When I joined reaction videos, there are names, and one of the names I kept hearing was Black Beauty TV. Back then, many people described Black Beauty TV as one of the strongest voices among those who were exposing what they believed were the problems surrounding Kenge's content and Kenge's family. Ladies and gentlemen, let me repeat this again. Me being a reactor, it was not the only solution I had. I tried everything. I tried even charity. It was not working out. So, for me, seeing me in this position, and now you come trying to tell me, Max, you're supposed to do this, do your content, do this. There is nothing have not tried in this YouTube stream, and that is the reality. Even yesterday, I was watching a live stream where I was saying like, bitchy. I was like, okay, this is what is happening. So, At that time, many viewers felt Black Beauty TV was standing firmly on one side of the debate. But today, things seem differently. Now I see the same individual taking positions that some viewers will describe as playing devil's advocate, and that raises so much question. And people ask, what changed? Is it new information? Is it a change of opinion? Is it personal growth, or is it simply content strategy? That is the question only Black Beauty TV can answer. And what I find interesting is how often people switch positions in these YouTube streets. One day, someone is exposing, the next day, they are defending, the next time, they are attacking the same camp where they came from. So, the following week, they are attacking someone else. Then, a month later, they become friends. Then, enemies again. The cycle never ends. And as viewers, we sit back and watch it happen over and over. The reason why I bring this up is because I have noticed similar patterns involving Black Beauty TV, having difference with COCOMAMA, the same playing devil's advocate. I've witnessed it in Village Echoes, Auntie Yami, Claymore, and others. Many of these creators have disagreed publicly at different times. Some have supported each other, some have criticized each other, some have gone to critics to defend, and some have gone from defenders to critics. When I look at all this drama, one thing becomes clear. There is what we call personal grudges, often becomes mixed with content. Let me first talk to one by one. I've highlighted something about Black Beauty TV having grudges with COCOMAMA, and these two, they come from the same country, that is Nigeria. And for us, we usually believe when you people come from the same community, leave alone the way we speak about Kenge's family, we should be united, yeah? And let me speak about Auntie Yami. There is a time 2 years ago, Auntie Yami came to the village. She went to Kenge's villa, and she was hosted by Goodmore. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened after Auntie Yami came out of Nyabuhansi village? She was there talking negative things about Kenge and Kenge's family. Look at Village Echoes. Village Echo was calling Kenge all sort of names. You are a scammer. You are these. You have done these. These has been done. A lot of things. Now, he is playing devil's. Okay. So the same individual is now there protecting and defending the same family that you have been criticizing for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, internet never forgets. Anything that you come to the internet and say, everything is there. Look at Claymore. Claymore when he exposed the wrongdoings that is happening in that villa. He exposed how the animals are suffering. Within 3 days, he now retaliated and started talking good about Kenge, how Kenge is good, apologizing that I never knew when I was this, I was tricked to this situation. Now is again back to reaction. And let me just tell Clemo one thing, yeah? There is something like, you see, like me, you might think that I'm a reactor just reacting on anything that is in my head, yeah? I don't have that bitterness in me that maybe this individual did for me this. I don't do that unless somebody comes on the camera and speak lies about me. That is the place where I disrespect somebody. There's the place where I speak with a lot of bitterness. But when you come and speak the reality that Marx did this and this, I take that positively. And this is how I do my things. I decided, let me speak about what is happening. Let me react to the video that have been posted in public domain. But you know, I've been watching Clemo. This shows a lot of bitterness, yeah? Clemo is dedicated to something else. And let me bring that categorically, because let us not take things too personal. And that is what I mean when I'm using playing devil's advocate. So let me say this. Personal grudges often become mixed with content creation. And when that happens, viewers sometimes struggle to separate genuine opinions from personal conflict. For example, have seen Black Beauty TV and COCOMAMA disagree publicly. I've seen exchanges involving Auntie Yami. I've seen Village Echo taking position that surprised many viewers. I've seen content creators who once strongly criticized Marwas later begin highlighting positive things about him again. That is their right. People are allowed to change their minds, but viewers are also allowed to ask. Viewers are also allowed to notice the changes. Viewers are allowed to compare old statements with a new statement. That is part of being an audience. Now, let us talk about this phrase that keeps appearing everywhere: reaction. Why do so many people act as if reaction is a bad word? Why do people get offended simply because someone reacts to their content? Think about it. If someone uploads a video and another person discusses that video, that is what we call a reaction. If someone praised a video, that is a reaction. If someone criticizes a video, that is also reaction. If someone analyzes a behavior shown in a video, that is a reaction. Reaction itself is neutral. The word is neither good nor bad. The reaction can be positive, the reaction can be negative, but a reaction can be balanced, and a reaction can be supportive. A reaction can be critical. The problem is that many people have turned the word reaction into a weapon. You hear things like, he reacted on me, she reacted on me, they reacted on me, as if the reaction itself is automatically wrong. No. The real question should be, was their reaction fair? Was their reaction honest? Was their reaction accurate? Was their reaction so respectful? So, Those are the important questions because reacting to public content is normal. In fact, every day, people react to politicians, people react to celebrities, people react to athletes, people react to musicians, people react to YouTubers. Why should content creators be different? This is why I think many people misunderstood the reaction community. I do reaction. And a reaction is not necessarily an attack. A reaction is a response, nothing more, nothing less. And if someone uploads content for the public, they should expect public response. Some positive, some negative, some neutral. That is nature of the internet. Now, let us talk specifically about malware. One thing I often hear is that reactors are simply haters, but I disagree with that blanket statement. Some reactors can genuinely dislike them. Others may simply be discussing what they observe. Others may support him. Others may criticize specific action while supporting others. The reality is more complicated than people want to admit. So what I find interesting is how some reactors now seem determined to emphasize Censor's positive side. They talk about his travel, talk about his opportunities, they talk about his generosity, they talk about his family, they talk about his future. And again, there is nothing wrong with discussing the positive things, but viewers also remember previous discussion. Viewers remember past controversies. Viewers remember past criticism. Viewers remember old videos. That memory does not disappear simply because someone changed the narrative. This is why I use the example of salt and sugar. Salt can look like sugar from a distance, but once you taste it, if you know the difference, appearance alone is not enough. People look deeper, people analyze, people compare, people remember, and that is exactly what many reactors claim they do. They say they go behind surface appearance. They say they look at pattern. They say they examine action over time, whether you agree with me or not. That is the argument. Another thing I find fascinating is how quickly alliances change in these YouTube streets. Today, one creator is your friend. Tomorrow, they are your enemy. The next day, they are your friend again. Then, everyone acts surprised when viewers begin spectacles. So, viewers notice this change. Viewers remember, viewers keep receipt. That is why credibility matters, consistency matters, transparency matters. If you change your position explaining why, if audience or new audience changes your mind, explain it. If your perspective evolves, explain it. There is nothing wrong with changing your opinion, but viewers deserve honesty. As I conclude, I want to leave everyone with this thought. Reaction content is not automatically evil. Reaction content is not automatically good. It depends on the quality of reaction. It depends on the fact. It depends on the fairness. It depends on the honesty. So what we should be discussing is not whether reaction exists. We should be discussing whether reaction, was it fair or truthful? That is the conversation worth having. And until next time, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think reaction content is unfair? Do you think this is simply part of public discussion in YouTube? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one. Yes.